This is Tah Phrum Duh Bush, Underground Celebrity Fit Club. Here to tell you what you need to bring with you to the Underground Celebrity Club boot camp. Alright, so check it out. First things first, man. You know, you need to have your body there. Every day, on time. You gotta be there on time, and you gotta have your attitude right. If your attitude's not right, you ain't gonna do your workout right, you're gonna mess yourself up. That's number one. Number two, you gotta have your game face. That's the game face. This, it's not your game face. You gotta have your game face! You gotta have your game face. Boot camp. Because I'm gonna be up in your face. A boot camp. You gotta get it right. Next thing you need, every time you come to boot camp, you need to have water. Water in a bottle. At least 1 liter of water. 1 liter of water. Because your body's gonna sweat, you're gonna get rid of the water, you need to replace it. If you don't replace it, you're gonna be dehydrated and your workout is gonna be jacked up. So you need to be drinking water before, you need to be drinking water during, and you need to be drinking water after your workout. So make sure you have a good bottle. You can get a cheap bottle from the store or whatever. You gotta take the cap off and put it back on. It's gonna take too much time. You might end up spilling it. You can get one of those joints to flip cap. You might end up spilling it. You get something like this, nothing spills out till you're ready to take it. It's 15 bucks, 10 bucks, call it Camelback. They got it at REI, they got it at Whole Foods, they got it at a few different places. Or you can pick it up online, Camelback with a K. It's different, like Fit Club with a Q. Alright, so you need water, you need at least the water, you need to be hydrated. You can bring Gatorade or Powerade or whatever. Any of them sports drinks, I ain't endorsing nobody. Bring what you want, just make sure you stay hydrated. Another thing you're gonna need to bring a towel. You're going to sweat. You can either get a towel like this, or you can get one of these fancy sports joints that absorb it and they cool you off when it's hot outside. If you blow it like this, it gets cool and it cools you down. If you're feeling like you're too hot at boot camp, you can get a sports towel like that, right? You're gonna need something like that. The next thing you're gonna always need to have is something like this. It's called a cross-training sneaker. Cross-training shoe, gym shoe, whatever you want to call it, trainers, blah, blah, blah. Cross-trainers, right? I'm not endorsing this brand. You know, you can blur that out or whatever. I'm not endorsing anybody's particular thing. You need to go shopping on your own. You can go to Bodell and get a decent pair for about 50 bucks. The higher end joints are gonna protect your feet more, but you need something with a lot of padding down here because we're gonna be doing jumping and you're gonna need to protect your feet. High tops are okay, that's that basketball stuff. I'm not, you know, it's nothing against basketball, but you need to be able to move around. So the high tops might not be good, and a lot of people get high tops and they don't tie them up all the way. Make sure you get something that has some decent ankle support, some decent bottom of your foot support, right? Get that. You need cross trainers. If you're going to be here, there's something that's essential you need to have, and it's called socks. I don't care if they're dress socks, I don't care. You should get some sports socks, like maybe like this, or the longer ones, or whatever. Something that's gonna absorb sweat and prevent your feet from rubbing against the bottom of your shoes. I've had people come to the workout with no socks on, and they get blisters on your feet. Your feet are gonna be moving. It's something called friction. And when you do this, it rubs, and it causes blisters on your feet. It's open sores. You don't need that because then you get athlete's foot, you get infections, you get all kinds of stuff that you don't need, and then you come to the next boot camp tripping, or you don't wanna come to boot camp no more because your feet hurt. You don't need that. You don't need that. All right. Another thing you're gonna need for boot camp is a mat. There's different kinds of mats. Mat day mat. You're gonna be on your knees at times. You're gonna be on your butt at times. You're gonna be on your back at times. You need to protect these parts of your body if you want to. If you don't want to, I've had people come to boot camp. They want to get their knees scraped up. They want to get their hands scraped up. That's cool. But have different types of mats. Name your mat. You can name your mat whatever you want. Matt Dillon. They got a yoga mat. It's called a sticky mat, right? It's real thin. They're economical. They're cheap. You can get it for maybe some places I've seen them for 10 bucks. Some places I've seen them for 20 bucks. You can get the higher end yoga mat, right? The double-sided with the fancy line in the middle. You know, it's a little squishier. You can protect your knees even more. Then they got the fitness mat, which is kind of big and bulky for you to be dragging out to the park, but it will protect your butt and your knees a lot more than those things will. You just can't jump around them, alright? So mats, you need to bring a mat with you. Every day to boot camp. Matt Damon! Matt Dillon! Another thing I highly suggest you bring are gloves. Gloves. You see these gloves? You see how it's a little frayed there, a little hole? That's from rubbing on the floor. When you rub your hands on the floor a little too much, they're gonna get injured, or skin's gonna get scraped up, they're gonna get irritated. And if you like to caress your loved one and have your sexy moments and stuff. With calloused up hands, it ain't gonna be real nice. So you need to wear some gloves to protect your hands. Otherwise, you're gonna have jacked up hands, you know? And if you do massages or you do something that's tactile and you need to be touching people, you need to have your hands nice. And ladies, I know y'all like to have your manicure, and dudes, I know y'all like the ladies with the nice hands. Buy your girl some gloves, man. They cost about 15 bucks. You can get some real high-end ones for 20 bucks. These super padded ones, these are like weight training gloves, cross training and weight training gloves. They're really padded, they'll protect your hands a lot. Or you can get the thinner ones like these, right? These are good. They're cool, they have padding, and they will protect your hands, and they don't cost as much. But it's cool, man. Get what you want. I don't care if you come out there with gloves that you buy from the 99-cent store, you know, the pink gloves that's real cheap on one side of it and has that orange stuff on the bottom. I don't care. Get it, wear it, bring it. You need gloves for these workouts. Another thing that you could use is a watch. You could use a watch, because I want you to check your heart rate and make sure I'm going to help you calculate your heart rate. I'm going to show you how to do that. Calculate your heart rate. You need to stay within a particular fat burning zone so you don't go over and overexert yourself and hurt yourself. Overexert and hurt yourself. Underground Celebrity Fit Club, Tah Phrum Duh Bush. See you out on the field. Boot camp. Game face.